And often when I do lives, they are very, I'd say like divine, or I get called to do one, and I was called to do one today. And I'm just looking at the reflection on my throat actually, which is the reflection from my cacao. And it's interesting that it is on my throat chakra, activating me to speak. Welcome on in, every beautiful soul. Join me here in nature. We are going to be talking about change today. Coming in with the energy and frequency of Mama Cacao from the Solomon Islands, my ancestral lands where I was born. And I always get a lot of comments about these beautiful earrings, which are panpipes, which is a musical instrument that we play, that they play back home in the Solomon Islands. It's a beautiful, beautiful sound. And it's actually also, I learnt a few years ago, had a friend from Peru, and she said they have it there as well, and I was like, wow, that's cool. But we are here today to talk about change. Change is in the air. Change equals growth. And just as I say, there's some beautiful butterflies are just flying across the screen, dancing together. And life is like a dance. Life is like a dance. We move and flow through the ebbs and flows. And if we don't do that, that's when we can get stuck and sick, and things start to become out of alignment. And when we feel that things are out of alignment in our life, that is the time that we need to make a change, because we grow like a flower, or any plant. It starts as a seed in the earth or wherever. It pushes through that capsule and it starts to grow. Plants are always growing. If you look out in nature, look how high these trees have grown, these branches lifting up to the sky. If you just simply look out in nature, you can see that nature is wanting to expand itself. It's wanting to grow. And because we are nature, that is actually also what we're here to do. So, coming into speaking about change, we need to have courage, don't we? We need to have courage to make a change. Change is scary, growth is scary. And why is that? I think the reason is because we get comfortable. We get comfortable with living and being a certain way. And it's safe. It's safe, isn't it, to live and be a certain way because it's familiar. When things are known, things feel safe. Things feel like you know what to predict. But with change and growth, you're stepping into a new version of yourself that you have no idea what that looks like. And that can be scary. So as we are in Leo season right now, Leo is the fire sign. It is a lion. It is courage. So courage to take action in whatever it is that's calling you to change. It could be something so small. For example, say you want to get fitter, you want to start exercising more. Instead of going to the gym and signing up for a 1 year, 12-month membership and having this idea that you're going to go 6 days a week, you're probably going to crash with that one. Whereas if you start walking around the block once a day, or you start taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or you want to start to eat healthier, maybe start to cut out one thing that you love that's probably not the best for you, like processed food. Maybe you could start to cut out cookies, biscuits. I do love cookies and biscuits, and make an alternative. I've just started making these raw date nut bars, hello bee, and they are amazing. So change it doesn't just all happen at once. It's little incremental changes that actually last a longer time and make a difference to your life and keeps you in that new version of yourself. It's like, I liken it to, for example, say you start going to the gym and you haven't really lifted any weights before, but then expecting yourself to lift 100 kgs in the squat rack on your first day or your first week. Or taking a child, if they go to school, putting them straight into secondary school when they're just 5 years old. You know, things happen incrementally and everything has its time and divine time. Nothing should be rushed. But though some days you have like a growth spurt and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm ready for this next level up to do 100 kgs, but in the gym, but you've been working at sort of those lower weights for what seems to be a long time, and then all of a sudden one day, boom, you can lift 100 kgs. So yeah, this little short live today is a reminder to you that you are nature. You came here to grow, just like these trees reaching up to the sky and their roots also reaching down into the earth at the same amount as these trees, as these leaves. The higher these leaves go is the same equal amount that the roots go into the earth. Little knowledge nugget there for you. But yeah, you're nature. You came here to grow, and when you feel cacao before I put it down, when you feel that something's feeling a bit off in your body and you're just feeling like something's not working anymore, say you've been doing the same job for the past 5 years, and something starts to feel off, that's like a sign to you that it's time for a change. Maybe it's a change within that job, or it's a completely new career, or it's a change in more work-life balance. So whenever you feel like a compression on your chest, or you feel like you can't breathe, or you feel like, yeah, you can't breathe, that is a telltale sign to you that something needs to change to bring yourself back into alignment. Because for me, alignment is being able to breathe, being able to feel at peace, at calm, feel expansive. And that's not a feeling that I felt until I started doing my inner work and started coming back into alignment with what feels true and authentic for myself. And that takes a lot of self-inquiry, takes a lot of going within, but it's very, very doable, and I'm still on that path. So a reminder, you are nature, you came here to grow, and in order to grow, you must take action, whether it's a small little step or a big step, and it takes courage. It takes courage. We're in Leo season, so allow the energy to inspire you and to move through you, and to give you the energy and the power to make that step, to make that change. Take a big breath in. Know that you are safe, that you are protected, and that will carry you through to your next evolution. Yeah, what a beautiful life it is here to experience. Keep growing, flowing, evolving, and being beautiful souls. Now is the time, now is the season. Make a change, whether it's just something small. It doesn't need to be so grandiose. I don't know if that's the way you say it. But yeah, you came here to grow. You are nature. Have the most beautiful day or eve, wherever you are in the world. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, lou.boifuana, lou.boifuna. That is my indigenous name from the Solomon Islands. For daily prompts, daily well-being prompts, positive energy, diving deeper within, And yeah, I've got some online offerings coming up very soon, so keep an eye out on that. I offer my crystal jewellery that I make as well, for protection or for growth, or yeah, mini crystals do many different things. So yeah, follow me on there for information on my offerings, and yeah, just keep growing, flowing and evolving. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Love you so much. Have a beautiful day.